Go, 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 let's get it. I'm a trapping fanatic, that shit automatic, so I cannot turn it on or off. Bitches all on my dick, then she hop on my dick, I'm like, why you keep hopping on and off? Your bitch all on my dick, she be doing the most, I tell her, little bitch, she so extra. And my gun up on me, but not run up on me, niggas, they wanna fight, they some wrestlers.
Volleyball is a sport where a team made up of 6 people participate. 2 teams hit the ball across the net in order to score points. It's a sport that uses 3 volleys to connect to an attack without letting the ball hit the ground at all. It is also known as a team sport where many of the players have to be in sync during each play to make them work. But what if I told you that isn't the case for Japan? Well, thanks to one man, Japan's volleyball has evolved to the point where they have won on the national stage several times. But why was this the case? What made Japan's new style of volleyball so special that they could dominate all the other nations? We would cut over to a player seen getting ready for one of his matches. It was his first match of the middle school tournament. Yukigoka versus Kitagawa. The king stood proudly, walking into the arena. This is just going to be another easy win. Then they could move on to the second round. That's what his teammates were saying. Someone then walked past him. He looks up, seeing this person as their orange hair swayed in the wind. He was a little shorter than him, but he seemed super serious. I've never seen any film on this new middle school team. Could they really be that good? He then hears Hinata yell, "Why aren't you all doing warm-ups yet?" His team quickly organizes, and he looks to a person with glasses who sat on the bench. "How are we looking?" "Well, Captain, everyone seems to be in perfect condition and able to play. No injuries around the board, no sicknesses, as our meal preparations have worked well, and it seems our daily workouts have gotten them in good shape." "Good, then we should win. All we need to do is focus on our defense. I'm going to sit out for the first couple of plays to feel out the game." "Wait, are you sure that that's a good idea?" "Shoji, tell me, do you think we'll lose with me here?" "No, it's not that, it's just..." "Then don't even worry about it. Everyone, come here. Let's discuss some strategy." While they talked, Kageyama couldn't keep his eyes away from their team. There was nothing out of the ordinary from their warm-ups, but to underestimate them would be their only downfall. Still, I didn't see their captain warm up at all. During their strategy meeting, one of the players points out that their captain hasn't warmed up at all. "Oh yeah, I need to do that real quick. Shoji, help me out." The shorter boy with the glasses would smile and nod. The two of them then warm up together. "How many practice shots do you need?" "Just one. I'll set the tone for our explosive style of play." "Alright, let's make it a good one then." Right. Everyone watches as Hinata stood out just from his hair. Shoji, instead of tossing the ball lightly, throws it down at Hinata with force. Daichi and the other second years from Karasuno who were in attendance were shocked. For a warm-up spike, he won't be able to get a perfect pass off of that. But to everyone's shock, Hinata gets the ball with an A pass with little difficulty at all. What? Shoji then sets the ball with power and speed. Hinata looks at the height of it and smirks. "It's perfect once again, my friend." He then runs up, jumping high above even the net, shocking everyone in the gym. He slams the ball down with such force that it echoed loudly. "Alright, I think I'm ready now. Thanks, Shoji." Daichi looks to Suga. What a pass. And he's supposed to be a first year next year? Tanaka smirks. That kid is gonna win them the match. Just wait and see. Kageyama stares on at Hinata, wondering just who was he. The match then gets ready to start, with Kitagawa receiving a serve. A great pass was given to Kageyama, who sends it to one of his wing spikers. Hinata and Shoji sat on the bench watching. The spike got over, but it was received very well, as they would score the next point. "Not bad, guys. Let's try to block the next spike." As Hinata claps, he looks around at the gym to see a bunch of people still looking at him. I guess they are waiting for me to go in the game again. But they'll have to wait just a little bit longer. They served the ball, and it was given another great pass to Kageyama. He looked around for options but couldn't find any. So then, he tries to dump and gets the point, evening out the score. Hinata and Kageyama would make eye contact, with each of them turning away. Hey Shoji, what do you know about that player right there? He seems pretty interesting. He then goes through Kageyama's full history as a player and his strengths. Before he could point out any weak points, Hinata stood up. Alright, I'm ready to play then. He subs out one of the wing spikers and goes into the game. He walks over to the net, looking at Kageyama through it. Hey King, do you feel it? Feel what? The intensity of this game. It's like a life or death battle. Because if you don't win, all the glory will be given to us for defeating a prodigy. It's going to upset the balance of the volleyball world in Japan. What are you even saying, you weirdo? While they talked, Kageyama's team then served the ball over. One of Hinata's teammates received it and then a pass was given to him. But he didn't run up at all. He stood tall, talking to Kageyama. Wait, what is he doing? The ball is coming. Can he even get it? He'll just give up another point. Hinata then cracks a devilish smile as his eyes begin to shimmer in the light of the gym. He jumps straight up into the air with no run-up at all and rises above the net to spike down the ball. People would get out of their seats watching Hinata score a perfect line shot. What is he? Who is that? So many questions then echoed throughout the gym as Hinata celebrates the point with his team smiling. Kageyama, seeing this, asked what makes him so confident to do these crazy game plays. But this game was just beginning, so he announced that to them. Sorry, this game is already over. Kageyama wanted to argue, but a timeout was called, which shocks him as he would look to his coach. Why? Because you don't know who that boy is, and I didn't realize it until I saw him. That is Shoyo Hinata, otherwise known as Yukigoka's Captain of Chaos. Let's have a change of plans. We need to shut him down in order to win. Coach, you can't be serious. Just one player is that good? Listen to me. You all do not know his history. He was not raised like you. You all had normal lives. But him, he was brought up much differently from everyone else in this world. That is what makes him one of the best spikers in middle school right now, as he probably is the best in the nation. So, just work to shut him down. I don't believe it should be that hard, especially if we upset the balance of his team. They would all nod as the next play, Kageyama gives an amazing set to the back row spiker. He slams his hand into the ball, but looks to see Hinata running and jumping. Instead of blocking the spike, Hinata hits the very same spike on their side, scoring another point. Kageyama had no words for what he just witnessed. This was nothing like he's ever seen before. As Hinata would land, he would ask him, "What are you?" Hinata begins laughing. I guess you could call me a prodigy as well, although I'm not as famous as you are. But I guess that's due to my actions. I tend to keep who I am hidden from the world, although many do know my name as the King of Chaos. I've always wanted to dethrone a king and take over his palace. So dance for me and make it interesting. The next time Kageyama gets ready to serve, Hinata was right in front of him. You know, your eyes tell everything. I can already see where it's going. Instead of jumping to help the block, Hinata then shifts his body in the direction of the hitter. He receives the ball, letting it then float in the air. A three-man wall was gathered to block Hinata, only for him to then turn his torso. More power is unleashed with this spike, causing the wall to be broken through, as Hinata would score a point. They continue to do this until they win the set. Well, they were 1 point away from winning the set. It was Hinata's serve. Daichi talks about how remarkable he is, as he doesn't know what kind of serve a player like him would have in his arsenal. Hinata tosses the ball high into the air, meaning he would do a jump serve. But it wasn't like anything that the second years have ever seen before. As he hits the ball, it curves when it reaches the opponent's side, falling to the ground, earning them a point. And the first set. Even the opposing coach had no words for what he just saw, as he would look to the coach of the other team. But there was none. He thought it would be late or something. But the only person that he saw sitting down was a boy with glasses and the person that Hinata subbed out for. The coach would look closer at the boy with glasses to see his notebook at hand, realizing just who he was as well. During the break for the second set, Shoji pulls out his notes for their game. He explains what they're doing good and what they're going up against, and their main strategies that they could use. Alright, that's it. Any thoughts, Captain? Shoyo turns to his team with a smile. Let's go into Formation C. Wait, this early in the match? Why not? We already won the first set pretty easily, so I see no problem at all with using it. What do you all think? His teammates would agree, as they would go into Formation C for the second set. They receive the ball well, and Hinata gets another spike. Somehow it's blocked, giving their opponents hope, but Hinata begins laughing while floating down to the ground. Alright, Formation C, attack mode. The players shift around quickly, creating pure chaos on the court, as the setter doesn't even know who he wants to aim at. He just tossed the ball high into the air. Kageyama was watching Hinata, in order for him to be able to block it, but without even realizing it. The ball was on their side. No one had spiked it at all. It just fell on their side, as everyone was too focused on Hinata. This was their brilliant strategy that would only work for a team like them. Yukigoka then goes on to win the second set as well, 25-1. After the game, Kitagawa seemed pretty upset, but Kageyama was in shock more than that. He would walk over to the opposing team, who was getting ready to leave. You beat me today, but don't think that this is the end of it. Hinata then turns to him, and then back to his team. Hey you guys, thank the king for me. All of them bowed, thanking him specifically for their match. What are you thanking me for? Well, I don't know if you know this, but my team was only created a couple months ago. This match was only to prove to them that if they follow me, I'll lead them to victory no matter what. Hinata looks to Shoji. You can go ahead and give him the notes. Wait, are you sure? Yeah, I'm fine with it. I have no weakness on the court anyway, so let's go. Shoji then points out that Hinata does have weaknesses that they've been working on. That's why no one can find them out. Whatever, let's just go. Shoji then gives the notes on Kageyama's gameplay to him. The team goes off, and right before they exit the building, Karasuno's second-year players were standing there. Hey there, Hinata. Let's have a chat for a little bit. They would invite him to Karasuno, and Hinata smirks. After I win the winter and spring tournaments, I'll be at Karasuno High for my first year in volleyball. Tanaka then states that he can't be sure that they're going to win both of them. Hinata then glares at him. If I don't win them, I'll take my own life. Does that sound like a good deal to you? Before they could say anything, Hinata walks off. Karasuno's players were too stunned to even speak. Surprisingly, Yukigoka goes on to win the winter tournament and then the spring one as well, as Hinata was invited to multiple summer camps to play volleyball, but he rejected all of their offers. The first day at Karasuno High would soon arrive after the long summer, as now the third years wonder if Hinata would even join their school since he became so famous due to him winning the tournaments. He made a name for himself as a captain of chaos. They would go into their gym later on to only see Kageyama, Yamaguchi, and Tsukishima there. They invite them to their team with open arms, as two more people then walk into the gym. Hey, sorry for being a little late. I had to find Shoji first. The third years then turn, seeing the two people who they do not recognize. Tanaka then walks over to them. Do I know you? Hinata then takes off the hat that he was wearing. It's me, Hinata Shoyo. The third years then freak out at his change in appearance. Shoji and Hinata were now much taller and had put on a lot of muscle. The two of them then looked more like third years than the third years themselves. Kyoko then looks to Shoji, asking if he would like to join the team as well. Before he could speak, Hinata placed his arms around him. I figured Karasuno was missing a vital piece to their team, and that's what Shoji is. He's a freak strategist with a crazy brain. Shoyo, stop it. What? It's the truth. Daichi then welcomes the two of them to the team and asks what position Shoji played. Oh, I don't play. I'm Hinata's manager. They turn to Hinata, who just smirks. Daichi asks them to explain, and Shoji continued. I'm his manager, strategist, dietitian, physical trainer, and above all else, his best friend. Here's my resume if you need it. Shoji hands him a file as they open it, beginning to freak out. You studied under the famous Jinpachi Ego, the one who created the program to lead Japan to the national stage countless times? They keep reading the file and realize just who Shoji is. He's more famous than even Hinata, known around Japan as the second coming of Jinpachi Ego himself. I've studied all of his work, including his current project, Blue Lock, and adapted each of his training regimens to suit Shoyo. I helped create an environment where he will thrive as a player. We only have one goal, and that's for him to become Japan's #1 wing spiker and lead them to another national title. They turned to Hinata, but he was gone. He was jumping up and down while bugging Kageyama, shaking him. Set me right now. Why should I? Because together, we can make this team amazing. You're one of the most amazing setters, so do it. Kageyama refuses, but Hinata bugs him until he does so. The two of them then accidentally perform their freak quick attack. See? What did I tell you? Shoji immediately runs over to Kageyama, asking if he could show him something as well. While looking at him, Kageyama recites in his mind that because of his notes, he had improved so much as a player, so he would listen to him. He would show him different ways that he sets with his arm and his finger placement on the ball to get the maximum output and use all his joints at once. While the three of them did this, Daichi stated that their team would soon be amazing. Hey you guys, do you want to play a short scrimmage match? They would all agree, as it would be Suga, Daichi, Yamaguchi, and Tsukishima versus Hinata, Tanaka, Kageyama, and Shoji. The 4-on-4 match then commences. Hinata sets up to serve as he looks to Shoji. Only 70%. Okay, that's pretty easy. He throws the ball up and jumps higher than ever before. He hits it to Yamaguchi, who doesn't receive it at all, earning them the first point. Daichi asks if Yamaguchi was okay, and he states he's fine. They then all look to his arm to see it to be super red. That's incredible, even for a volleyball player. They look back towards Hinata to see him being scolded by Shoji. That was definitely more than 70%. Dial it back some. We've been working on accuracy a lot, so try that. Alright, I'll see what I can do. Kageyama asks Shoji why Hinata listens to him. Well, I made a promise to him. The glory of being #1. He has no other choice but to follow me. He believes in everything I say. And I believe in his ability to become the best player. We work as a team, as it's truly the only team that Hinata works with. Hinata tosses the ball up again and hits it towards Yamaguchi. It's mine. Daichi goes to help, only for the ball to curve to where he once was just standing. There it is again. Shoji then turns around to see Hinata with his thumbs up. Not bad. This time try switching it up. Hinata gets into position, tossing the ball high once again. He jumps towards it, Daichi and Suga wondering which way it would come. Even Tsukishima didn't know if they could stop his serves. They would all shift backwards, anticipating its speed, only for the ball to float over the net, and once it was, it drops right behind it to the ground, earning him another point. Since Hinata scored 3 times, they have to rotate to Kageyama, who sends over just a basic serve. The other team would capitalize on this. Daichi gets a pass to Suga, who gets it to Tsukishima, who was by the net. Their first year spikes it down with power, only for Hinata to cover it with a dive. The ball is then sent towards Kageyama, who watches it float. Unbelievable. His defense has gotten better since the last time I've seen him as well. Alright, who should I set it to? Shoji isn't a volleyball player, and Hinata won't be able to get to it since he just dove. You're our only answer. He sets a fast overhand set to Tanaka, who yells with excitement. It's mine. He spikes it down only for the line shot to go out of bounds. Seeing this, Hinata and Shoji walk over to him, correcting his actions. This is great because you're a wild spiker like me. So, this won't be hard for her to fix at all. Shoji then nods as well. Try this the next time you spike. Draw back just a little bit more of your power, which will increase your accuracy. But aim for a different spot next time. Tanaka nods, thanking them, as Hinata shows him the action of the way she do it, like this. And then, huh. Hinata, that's not going to help him. Yeah, it is. Just watch. Hinata then looks at Kageyama. Send me the next one. I could have gotten that one as well. Kageyama then feels a strange aura emanating from Hinata, remembering their own match, where he was so dominant. Yamaguchi serves the ball to the other side, and Shoji gets the first pass. It flows to Kageyama, who is in the back row now. Wait, should I even set it from here? No, there was a reason he passed it back here. This is what the two of them want, an orthodox setting style from a setter like me, which will create an environment for you to survive and thrive on. Isn't that right? Here then. He sets the ball to the wing, where Shoji moved out of the way, allowing Hinata to jump into the air. Their opponents bet everything they have on the receive from Suga, as it would be a three-man wall. Hinata was watching the ball float while he was on the left side, and he began smiling. Oh, I'll do this then. As Tsukishima expects him to use his right hand, Hinata switches to the left and sends it straight across the net to the ground, doing a cut shot. Kyoko says that it's in, and Hinata shouts, as those weeks of work had paid off. My left is almost as good as my right now. Kageyama, send me another. Tanaka then chimes in, no, it's my turn. Hinata then gains a serious expression, going silent after hearing that. They served a ball, where Suga gets it to Daichi. The captain then spikes it down, with Shoji receiving it again. This time, he purposely sends it out of bounds. Kageyama runs for it, shocking everyone. But it seems his own ego was developing in this moment. No, I can't let it hit the ground. I want to create the most perfect pass, one that even the gods themselves would be impressed with. As Kageyama was nearing the ball, it was close to the ground, so he dove. Instead of hitting it back, he spun his body, allowing himself to then set it towards the net with speed. Tsukishima moved towards Tanaka as he was closer on the right side. Alright, the final point will be mine. Tanaka watches the ball and swings his arm, only for him to notice that it was higher than he thought. That's right. Let me devour your light as well, Spiker. Tsukishima and Daichi in the wall began falling, but they looked up to see him. See Hinata, a good distance above Tanaka, rising even higher. He spikes it over the falling wall to the ground. Yamaguchi can't even react to the speed and power from this monstrous spike. It hits the court so hard that it bounces back to the ceiling before hitting the ground again, which would win them a match. This is a true power and true king within Kageyama that had been reborn, and his first subject being Hinata Shoyo, his knight of chaos. Both players are seen with an intense look in their eyes from their last two plays, and begin walking over to each other, high-fiving. Daichi would turn to Suga. So this is what Karasuno will evolve into. What do you mean? The wings of Karasuno's crows were ripped out once before, but never again. With these two, we'll soar higher than anyone else.